Hey gods and goddesses, we are back with another episode and we are doing Poly Talk Part 2 with Papa Osiris. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Gorgeous. How you doing today?
I'm feeling good. Tired, but I'm feeling good. I'm here. So we gotta be happy
Look,
about that.
I'm present. Exactly.
Right, we
Being
gotta be
present.
happy about that. All right, so just to give the people a little bit of information, I like to do it in the beginning and the end now so nobody misses it. What are your social media handles if you would like to be contacted about any questions or any other?
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. So on Instagram, I am Frankie Mermaid underscore underscore.
Okay.
So just like how it sounds, FRANKIE Mermaid underscore underscore. A little story behind that, but that's for another time. And and then they can find me on Fetlife as well as Papa Osiris. That's PAPAOSIRIS.
All right, and for the people that do watch and that are going to watch, they already know I put everything on the screen. So as he's saying
Yeah,
it, y'all gonna see it as well. And please
yeah.
go follow this black brother. Please. 'Cause we're about to get
I
into some
appreciate
stuff.
it.
And
I appreciate it. And also, I want to make a disclaimer that I am not a poly expert. I'm just somebody that lives the lifestyle. I know some things, but I am not a poly expert. I am not a poly life coach. None of that. This is my own personal experience within the lifestyle of being polyamorous. So,
thank you for that disclaimer. And I was just about to say, just on some information, can we see the mug? This is the
oh,
Tico
the
Chronicles.
mug, you're right, right.
Gotta show the mug.
So this is the mug right here. I got,
Right.
this is my Hedwig, Harry Potter fans out there.
Right.
Big
For
like
those who know that know.
exactly, exactly. In the tea is honey chai turmeric. So
Oh, nice blend. It's crazy too,
so
because after I finish all of the stuff I got to do today, I need to go in and start concocting some new tea blends for my site.
yeah.
So that chai, I'm not gonna do the same thing, but that chai spoke to me.
Yeah.
It spoke to
No,
me.
it's good. It's good. It's good. It's definitely a good flavored tea. Nice, spicy, good.
All right, and as always, I am rocking Envy today from Inside Out too, because she matches
Mm.
the fit. she
Yeah,
matches the
I
fit.
feel you.
And inside my mug, I have tequila.
Yeah, heard you, heard you, heard you. I mean, it's still a tea,
It's still a tea. It's
still a
still
tea.
a tea. All
Yeah.
right, right. So, how did you get started in the poly lifestyle? Like,
So how did I get started?
well, yeah, you don't have to give the if it's too X rated, you don't have to give that.
No. My politics thing has nothing to do, and that's also so. I would say that's also why I like talking about this because I want to kind of debunk that whole misconception about
It being
polyamory is about
sexual.
fucking. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Yeah, being just
um,
sexual.
yeah. So how I actually got started is, so you know what? I'll mention that later as a like evolution how I am today. So anyway, so I got started. So I had this ex girlfriend at the time. I didn't really want an ex girlfriend. I was new to the idea of poly, things like that. But we necessarily weren't poly. We had an open relationship, so she could do what she wanted, fuck what she wanted. Same thing with me. Um, but at the time, I wasn't self aware enough to be like, I don't need to be in a relationship at all.
Okay.
And but that was I guess my introduction, which is not a good introduction for the most part. So there was a lot of things that I should have discussed more to figure out. But after that relationship is when I actually started diving and learning, like watching podcasts, watching videos, reading articles, actually reading and actually meeting, talking to people, talking to couples, talking to polyamorous people about how how identifying as poly actually works and how it can work.
Okay.
Um, so I was, dating and relations with other people. She was free to as well. She didn't want to, and so that at the time that was kind of an issue for me too. So it was always in the back of my mind, like she didn't want, But anyway,
Right.
not going into too much detail about it. But
Yeah.
of course, the decisions I could have made differently, but that helped me want to learn and be an actual ethical person and be upfront, honest, and transparent about the way I want to relate.
Okay.
and that's kind of how I got started into it.
Right.
And we
Okay.
had like a spiritual connection. It was a lot. It was deep. It was a lot. I used to feel her cramps. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Wow, that is deep.
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
deep.
From like across the water. Like yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah.
deep.
It was,
So, like, when it comes to like you being a male in poly, how are you with her, or with your partners with other men? This is why I wanted to have like the view of a male on the poly side and on this platform.
So I'll start with what I fully identify as. So I am a relationship anarchist.
Okay.
Right? So give you some backstory, a little background about it. Relationship anarchy was a term created in 2005 by the Swedish guy, and you can read it online for free. It's quick. It's only like 5 paragraphs. It's short, but
Okay.
basically it's anti heteronormative relationship structures.
Okay.
Oh, meaning, sorry, that's you. Um, anti-heteronormative relationship structures, meaning that especially the way we're taught about how a romantic relationship is supposed to go is a very heteronormative, linear lens. So
Okay.
there's a relationship ladder. You meet somebody, you like them, you date them, you get married, have kids, X, Y, and Z. But that doesn't work for everybody.
Right.
Like personally, and a lot of people try to conform to that. Um, but it basically the overarching idea or what it's trying to express is that love who you want, how you want.
Right.
So meaning that your
Here.
romantic relationship is not your end all be all. That is the most asinine concept I can think of. That it's just you and your person against the world is the dumbest thing ever when literally we are social creatures. Friendships are just as important. And even if you are monogamous, your best friends are just as important as your husband and wife. You should not
That's
forsake your
very true.
exactly. You should not forsake your friend, but that's what we're taught. What we think that we're supposed to do. And
Hmm.
so, relationship anarchy is just anti that. So it's not against relationships. It's like no, it's basically it's a thing that doesn't even need to be coined as a phrase, but it needs to be just so people can understand how to unlearn these things that they've been kind of forced to believe.
Hmm.
But basically saying love how you want to love and
Right.
do how you want to. So I'm a relationship anarchist. Um, that's also polyamorous. You can be a relationship anarchist and still be monogamous. And that's the
Right.
thing. It's not like it's a strict thing. It's just you're like, hey, yeah, I have a husband or I have a wife, but also my best friend who been with me since I was, 10 years old. That's there when my parents died, then
Right.
when almost got killed, this and the third. I'm not forsaken just because I'm married. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, and your partner should understand that to be a holistically healed and thriving person, you need those other relationships. You need those relationships with your family members that are important. You need a relationship with your friends that are important. You need your relationship with significant others that are important. Even coworkers. You know what I'm saying? There's always other types of relationships that can add meaning to your life.
Oh, hell yeah. Like, that is very to the point and descriptive, if I must say so myself, because my best friends are those are my loves. Like, to the end. To the end. Like, so like when I was in my relationship, it was kind of hard too because he didn't understand that sometimes I catered to my friends, not the same exact way I would cater to him, but those are my girls. They've been there for me before you, and if there was going to be an after you, they're going to still be there. So that's very, very important. And like, it's a lot. I didn't want to go too deep into that, but
I
it is a
know, I
lot.
know, I know
But
we already said that's offline. I got you. It's offline.
right.
Yeah.
And to go back until where I was just like, I kind of brought up like a slight sex reference or whatever. Like, I actually got into a poly relationship years ago because of sex. Not even knowing it, like not really, and it wasn't like a poly relationship something because we never had any necessary titles, but
Yeah.
I was in a three-way situation. It was a
It happened.
situation, right?
It happened.
And it happened, and it was cool for a while, like it was, but at the time I didn't call it poly because it wasn't something that I was gaining knowledge into, I guess you could say. And now I'm actually confused to what I am now because I'm not 100% sure what route I'm taking. But Considering it.
Yeah. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. That's one thing people have to understand about us as humans. We're ever evolving. People that are
Right.
the same way their entire lives completely, they probably made no progress in life, or they have a miserable life. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
okay you don't know who you are because you're still exploring. You've related in kind of one way majority of your life. Maybe marriage and dating one person, things like that. So this is new. You get what I'm saying? It's new navigating that. It's new navigating that with the person you are in this stage in your life that you're in. So there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Right. Everything in life is a form of evolution if you think about it logically. Like you're not
Exactly.
gonna stay stagnant
Exactly.
unless you want to stay stagnant. If you're that type of person, then hey, to each his own.
Yeah, but guess what? Guess what? Stagnant water is not good to drink. So,
Right. Very much
yeah.
so. So
But yeah, back to what you were saying about the men aspect from our partner. So,
right.
um, I just want to give you a little background of relationship anarchy, so people might not know what it is. A lot of people misconstrue it all the time, and it pisses me off because I'm like, it's literally the shortest read. It takes you 5 minutes to read what the guy was talking about, and it has nothing. It does not say anything about I just against relationships. I just want to fuck people. No, that's the same kind of misconceptions that polyamorous people get. And I'm like, no, not at all. It's not just about sex. Um, some not, but for some people, it can just be about sex, and there's nothing
Right.
wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But you cannot put everybody into that
In
one
that same
box.
category, yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's actually messed up to put everybody in that one category because you don't even know them.
Exactly.
It's like,
But
how the fuck
also
you gonna judge me?
exactly. But also that's what we do. That's what our society kind of promotes. It promotes kind of like what's it called? Kind of othering people. So people are the other. So you're not accepted. So you know what I'm saying? That's wrong. Anything that's not what the society accepts is automatically wrong. And to treat and ostracize people in that
Right.
way, um, and that's not right at all. So, but yeah. So for me, when it comes to other men, I don't care as long as they're safe, as long as they're not doing no fuck shit.
Right.
Because them doing fuck shit is gonna affect your mood and your hormones or whatever, and that's gonna affect us, and that's why I have an issue.
Right. Right.
But also, it's gonna make me look at you crazy because I'm like, I'm with you because one of the reasons why I'm, invested in you in this way is because you have awareness and you have a certain level of. So there's only so much that I'm gonna be like, come on. But that's a whole other topic. But
Right.
yeah, to stay on topic. Um,
Well,
for
listen, it's
me,
not necessarily a topic. We could go wherever. This is what the Teacup Chronicles is about. We just
I got you. I got you. I got
sipping
you.
tea and
I
talking.
got you. I got you. Although I just know myself, I can get sporadic and all over the place. So before we move on
Yeah.
to one point, want to try to. I do that for myself because I'll go, from here to Timbuktu
Me
and back.
too. Yeah, I do the
Yeah,
same thing.
the air sign shit.
It's the air sign shit. We're fucking
Mm-hmm.
spacey. We just want to blow with the wind. It's like, I
Exactly. Exactly. Just free.
fucking
Just
love it.
go ahead. um, but yeah, so for me, that doesn't bother me at all. Like I don't have um. So in the how I am now does not bother me. When I first started thinking about it, it didn't really bother me, but it kind of did. I had to figure out why it bothered me.
Right.
Like why and I'd be okay with these women knowing that I either talk to other women or have sex or date other women, but then if they do with a guy, why is that not okay? And that's how a lot of men present um, in polyamory a lot of times. And even if you go into like swinger and LS stuff too, the
Right.
same thing. They can't fuck with niggas, they can only fuck women.
Women.
And and a lot of times it's an insecurity thing because another thing that kind of society and monogamy has kind of ingrained in us is that women are property.
Mm-hmm.
That's what marriage is. That's literally what the idea of marriage, like women are property. Like
What? My ex-husband used to call me property all the time. Like, what? He used to be like, I got papers on you. Fuck.
it's entitlement. It's an unrealistic sense of property and entitlement because even if you look at like certain terms have evolved, like adultery. Adultery originally didn't mean fucking somebody's like wife or husband or something. It meant coveting somebody else's property. So look how today adultery is. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole
It's
thing
frowned
of
upon. Yeah.
possession and a false sense of entitlement, and that's the first thing that men have to unpack and deal with before they can be okay with or not be okay with, but be content with their partner dealing with other men.
Right.
Because
I think it's also an ego thing. Like it's a
no,
big
you
ego.
100%.
It's a big ego thing. I don't even know if you said it. I'm sorry, I was lighting the incense. I was trying to
Okay.
get my mood together. But it's definitely an ego thing.
Yeah,
Definitely. And I struggled through that in past relationships too. And that's what kind of like turned me off from even trying to consider that type of lifestyle with that person. Because I'm just like, you can't have your cake, and I want cake too. Like,
exactly.
what?
And you know what? And some people they don't care. Some people don't. There's some people who are ambiamorous, who can either be monogamous or poly, depending who their partner is. If their partner's monogamous, and they're okay with being monogamous, but they have the ability to be polyamorous. Or there's people who are monogamous who are in a relationship with people who are polyamorous.
Mhm.
For me, I feel like no, that's not gonna work. But but some people, again, um the whole point of like the relationship anarchy is living your relationship how you want to. So that's why I
Mhm.
said for me, like, and that's fine. And some people who are monogamous polyamory, they can't conceive it even after they've unlearned and done things. It's still not for them. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that either, as long as you're honest and transparent at the end of the day about what you need, what you want, and how you want to move in your relationship and the boundaries you're making.
Right.
Um, yeah.
And how
So
important do you think that boundaries are in a poly relationship?
boundaries are the most important thing in any relationship. When it comes to friendship, doesn't matter. I know we're talking
Anything.
about families, but any boundaries are important for family, for friends, for romantic others, even for people that y'all just have a sexual relationship.
Work
Boundaries are important.
work friends, everything. Boundaries are boundaries. Like, and I had to ask that question because some people don't think that boundaries are important or don't know how to assert their boundaries correctly, and then they'll answer that question freaking stupid as hell. Not saying that you would, but of course it's just something that I just wanted to ask because I was
Oh,
curious.
no, no. Oh,
Like,
no, no, 100%.
yeah,
No,
because some
100%.
people don't know how to assert boundaries properly, so they'll just be like, "Oh, well, well, I won't say anything if they do such a the
Yeah,
the
yeah. So
like, no,
we don't know what boundaries are because we were never taught growing up. Even our family don't be trying to have. We as adults had to establish boundaries with certain family members because they feel like because you're my kid or because you're the elder in the family that they have all unlimited access to you. And that's why we don't have boundaries. That's why we don't have, a child is seen, not heard. People don't realize how much the shit that happens as childhood fucks you up as an adult. Like, so I'm a pre-licensed therapist, um, currently.
hmm
And literally, majority of my clients' issues or part of their issues are lack of boundaries. They don't know how to establish boundaries. They don't know how to even identify boundaries to put them in place, and then even have the courage to speak up about it. So boundaries, I feel like, are probably the most important thing for longevity of healthy relationships, no matter what it is.
no matter what it is.
Yes, because there are important aspects of like initial things and like other foundational things, but I feel like boundaries is one of those foundational things that need to be identified and talked about. And then again, those can evolve too. That's also a discussion. Boundaries, and next right after that's communication. Because of the
Right,
boundaries, if you don't know the boundaries, then you don't know how to communicate them. But if you do know the boundaries, somebody, oh, it's okay, I'll just whatever. No, you talk about it, you bring it up, like, hey, this made me feel away. I want to talk about it. You
right.
know what I'm
I
saying?
just had a really good conversation with a friend earlier today and my cousin yesterday about the same thing. About like as an adult and as a growing adult, you should at one point in your life understand that if you have a problem with the situation, you need to address that and either you continue going in a straight path or you take two separate paths. Like that's
Exactly.
just the point of maturing. And people don't get that. People don't get that shit. Common sense is not common.
So, I actually don't like the term common sense. I'll tell you why.
Hmm.
Because you're right. This common sense is not common because we all perceive reality differently. Me
Right.
and you could watch the same exact thing and have two different retellings of what happened very
Yep.
easily. That's why things like, like witness accounts or like lineups, and like cops looking for lineups don't work because your brain can be like, oh, maybe this person, or even your biases come into place that, oh, this person looked a little darker, so automatically, boom, in your brain turns to a black guy.
Yeah.
And it could have been just like a tanned Italian dude running down the street. You get what I'm saying? So,
Right.
so so there's perception is reality, and we have two
Hmm.
different views because I'm not you, not me. Our brains act differently, and then let's not put different lenses of mental health, behavioral health issues, neurodivergency. Even just being in a bad mood, you can just be in a bad mood that day, and
Right.
so it's going to look at you different. So that's why I don't like the term common sense is not common because it's a unrealistic expectation that we expect people to
To
believe
be,
behave
yeah.
in a
You're
certain
absolutely
way.
right. You're absolutely right. I'm not gonna say that shit anymore because you made too much sense.
Yeah, because I'm like, I get it. I know that like it's like I feel like it's almost like not cop out, but there's a way. It's I can't think of the term to put it, but like common sense, not common, but common sense it doesn't exist. That's
Right.
my thing. For me, if common sense does not exist because we are all different people. There's a reason why um, cultural humility and cultural competency are things when people are service providers.
Right.
Because us growing up in America is not going to be the same as somebody growing up in Bolivia, or growing up in Djibouti, or
Hmm.
growing up in Mongolia. It's
Somewhere
different
else.
experiences, different cultural lens. Exactly. So it's not going to be the same thing.
Right. So yeah, common sense couldn't be common.
So that's why that's my
It
own little
couldn't
thing.
be.
Why I don't like the term common sense because it's like it sets up an unrealistic expectation of others when if you have expectations of others, you talk about it. Be like, huh, I thought you were smarter than this because X, Y, and Z. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I thought you were. You
Yeah,
feel
I
me?
thought you were smarter than this because of X, Y, and Z, because of what I view of you. But
Right.
now I step back and be like,
You
my
dumb.
nigga, what's going on?
You freaking silly. Like you weren't all there. Like, but
Exactly. I'm like, okay.
slightly off topic though. Your glasses are so fucking dope. I told you that earlier, and I'm gonna tell you again. Like the different ways hitting the light. Love
Thank you,
glasses.
thank you. Yeah. These are from
Oh,
Zeelool,
okay.
Beeeelool. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, but
yeah,
those are nice.
yeah. So those I don't know, I know everybody a lot of people want to go see the new Wiccan.
Hmm.
And her glasses that little Baba, or I can't remember her name is, but the
Yeah.
black chick with the green, that played the green witch, yeah.
Hmm.
That was a Zeelool style I saw before, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a fine glasses. Like a couple of my homegirls got that. The one was like, yeah, it's like the rim is like this, and then goes on
Yeah,
the
it
other
goes
side, like
around. Yeah.
it's open here and open there, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I was glad I saw on Zeelool mad long ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. Thank you. I'm gonna throw it in the comments
Yeah,
too for anybody else who might
yeah,
be
no, I'm telling you, it's
interested.
cheap and good. Yeah, it's cheap and good. Cheap and
Right.
good. I like it. They have really, really, really unique design. I like this design, like the
Yeah.
tortoise shell on the side, the
It's
blue.
the
Yeah,
it's the color combination. It's throwing the blue off with another neutral basically because I consider a leopard print or a cheetah print neutrals.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's fair. I can agree
Yeah.
with that. I can agree with that.
You know,
And
we like to put on. We're New Yorkers.
exactly, we have some type of semblance. Even when you're just coming on, I'm chilling today. Like I got a regular little t-shirt on and some glasses, but you gotta, gotta look
You gotta
a certain way,
accentuate.
even when you're chilling. Yeah, gotta look bummy chic. You feel
Just a
me?
little
Bummy chic.
bit.
Bummy chic.
That was
Um,
real New York
yeah.
shit you just said.
Oh, but also, one last thing about the glasses. Also, you can get the transition in different colors. So these actually transition to purple in the middle. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
definitely gonna
I'll
go
send
check
you.
them out.
I'll send you. when I'm outside, I'll send you a
Back
picture
on
when they
topic.
transition. Yeah,
I
exactly.
love it. We're back on topic. So how many partners is too many partners? Like for you?
For me, it depends on what I got going on in life, honestly. Even now, like so it's funny. A few years ago, I saw this. I can't remember who it was, but they're like a pretty known person in BDSM or poly, one of those things. I can't remember. They're pretty known, but they posted their relationship Anarchy web, and it's probably the most thing I've identified with ever seeing, because it was like they have different partners for different things, and a lot of things overlap too. So like I have friends that have sexual relationships. I have people that are just strictly sexual. I have people that, you know, are just platonic friends. You know what I'm saying? I have people that, you know, platonic, but then there's still a level of care and almost compassion of a romantic relationship, but without the actual relationship and no sex with them, but just we have that same love, almost like a family, like familial love almost, but a little deeper, you know, or deep familial love. So it's really just depends on the person. So the thing, the term is, so it's polysatisfied and polysaturated. So polysatisfied is, you know, or polysatiated or something like that. It's one of those two. I can't remember. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I know the things I read and I read and shit.
Right.
But you know, polysatiated or satisfied or whatever it's called is, you know, you have the right amount and you're good. You're happy. You're not seeking anybody else, but you're happy where you are. This is the right amount of people. Polysaturated is you may have too many people to take on other people already. So you may have too many people.
Okay.
So for me, I'm not exactly sure, because I have a lot of working relationships on different levels. Some are less investment than others, but it's still some form of a relationship nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it just depends on what I got going on. Like for example, now currently I'm in school getting my master's. So
congratulations, black man.
Thank you. I finished in June. I'm in my internship phase right now. So I'm doing like, you know, 35 hours at my job, and I'm doing 30 hours a week internships. Doing like 60 some hours a week. It's tiring, but I'm all done in June. Cool. But yeah, like for me now, like for example, this I didn't say at the beginning, but my name's Papa Osiris because I'm a pro-dominant BDSM, which we should have at the beginning, but whatever.
Right.
So like now, currently, like I wouldn't take on any submissives right now because, or new ones, because what's going on, and I don't have the bandwidth to cater to any more people that I'm gonna be catering to.
Okay.
Or have a working healthy relationship with, you know. Yeah. So I can't really put a number specifically, but my only advice is you have to have a lot of awareness of yourself and what your capabilities are, and also of what your capabilities are, and if you can include the other person's needs and wants into those capabilities. Like realistically, I might look. People ask me like, "Oh, are you vetting for a sub?" No, come straight up. We can be cool, we can play, we can sing, but sub, nah, because I don't have that type of bandwidth to be taking on a whole new person right now.
Right now, yeah.
If I graduate, maybe, but still, even after I graduate, I may be like, you know what, I'm good where I'm at. Right. So it's all, you know, it's all about checking in with yourself and being realistic and honest with yourself, because besides being honest with other people, we're not honest with ourselves half the time.
And honesty is another big thing, regardless of what. Honesty is like a huge part within, I know, it should be a huge part within relationships in general, but that's not a motherfucking factor for people. But in poly relationships, I would say that would definitely be if there was something above a 1, it would be that on the list because it's you dealing with multiple people, so you need to make sure that everybody in the situation is safe. Because the world we live in today is freaking crazy. Like I live in Georgia, and they have like one of the highest freaking AIDS rates. Like, and I'm freaking scared to talk to anybody out this bitch because I don't know what. So being poly,
yeah, so I was trying to get tested all the time. That's another little plug. Get tested, even if you're in monogamous relationships. You don't get tested as frequently, but definitely get tested at least once or twice a year, even if you're in one. Because guess what? Other things can happen. You can I don't know. You could not see somebody has something, kiss them on the side right here, and now you got some hurt. which 80% of the population have herpes, so it's fine. H is number. We gotta destigmatize that too, but that's neither here nor there.
That's another conversation for another day.
Exactly. But overall, get tested. Even if you're not in a relationship, you should be getting tested at least once a year, at least,
Right.
because it's good to know. It's like a health checkup. Same you get a physical every
Like
year,
you
right?
get a physical, yeah.
Exactly. So
That's very, very important. That is very, very important, people. Listen. Please. I know other
yeah,
platforms are also not spiritually, preaching the same thing, but listen.
so
Listen. Make sure that you're safe in any relationship that you put yourself in. Like, especially sex.
that exactly. But yeah. No, but I definitely agree with you with the honesty. I feel like honesty can probably be put before boundaries because if you're not honest with yourself, you're not gonna know what your boundaries are. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So I think honesty is probably the number one thing. Uh, yeah, of any relationship because without honesty, there is no real foundation.
And you have to be honest if you want to enter. In my eyes, because like I said, I'm not poly. I don't even know what I am right now because I'm not dating or seeing anybody at the moment. I'm just chilling, I'm trying to make this money. That's about it. But
Yeah.
I feel like, damn, I lost my train of thought. We'll move on. Maybe it'll pop back up if we start talking about something
Yeah.
else. So how long have you been poly? Do you know like a time frame?
Yeah, so I won't count the open relationship because that was not an full means of coming into it, but that's when that was 2017 when I was really like introduced to these concepts. But I would say probably not till like 2019 or 2020 is when I started identifying as poly, and then maybe like 2021 is
Okay.
when I started identifying as relationship anarchist.
Okay. Okay, you
Yeah.
gotta also maybe after you can give me the information for that so I can link it in the comments just in case anybody's interested in taking
Yeah.
5 minutes out their day to learn a little bit
Yeah.
more, right?
Yeah.
Learn a little bit more because I'm interested. I definitely
Yeah.
wanna. I want to take 5 minutes out of it. Probably even less because I read fast to gain some new knowledge because that's always a part of life as well. You should always be learning some new shit. Like new shit. That's what the platform is for. I want somebody to always learn some new shit, no
Exactly.
matter what it is.
Yeah. Look, learning, you should always want to learn something new. There's not be something grand, but you should always want to be learning something new because there's just so much out there. There's
Right,
so much you don't know that we don't know.
right,
So
right. It's like knowledge is really, really important.
yeah,
Really important. Reading books is important. Learning, just like you said, you read something, and I know there's books out there in this in case people don't want to like watch a podcast. Hey,
yeah, our books. Damn, I can't think of. Oh, Ethical Slut is a good intro book to polyamory.
was it you? I could have sworn somebody. I don't know if it was you. It was definitely a guy that told me that. Oh no, it was another guy that I know. He told me about it, and that was one of the first books. I actually got an audiobook and listened to it, and it made
Mm-hmm.
so much sense into just even playing a part in the lifestyle. Like it really did
Yeah,
make a lot of sense. Like,
yeah, yeah, and it's funny because the author of that book, I can't remember. I think it's like E.C. Dobson or Jane something like that. I can't remember the author
yeah,
right now,
I'll put the author's
but
name up.
I know that their partner. They have a partner, and they both co-wrote books together. They the new topping book and the new bottoming book, which is good for people who are interested into getting into BDSM. So they're
Okay.
also that's why it's in the lifestyle because they also are in the life. They're
Right.
in
Yeah.
into BDSM, into kink, and they wrote books. I think the book came out I think in like the late '80s or early '90s, and then they redid it in the 2000s, like another edition. And I think it hasn't been updated since then, but it's still very valid. Even from the late 80s, early 90s original
Right.
book release, it's still very much a thing. Very much
So
needed.
anybody
Yeah.
that's watching that might be interested, we're gonna put that information in the comment box on the screen,
100%.
everything, just so you can maybe take a look into that and see if that works for you if you are interested in something like this.
Yeah.
Because it is interesting, I can't front. Like this is my second poly talk, and I feel like it might be a reoccurring thing, just to put it out there just to keep it, because I know it's interesting to a lot of people these days, because a lot of people are transitioning into poly lifestyles and learning their kinks and getting into all types of stuff. So this might be a recurring thing for me.
No, and I definitely agree. Definitely support that because we need, especially as Black people, we need these outlets like this that promote a healthy form of learning because people don't know. So there's no dumb questions when it comes to learning something new that you're not familiar with because you really don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I remember there was one point that, I remember one point, women used to ask me, what do you do when you sit down on the toilet? Do you pee the dick? I'm like, what? I'm like the dick hang over the bowl. I was like, what? Like, it's crazy, but you know what I'm saying? They don't have one. It's not their experience.
Right.
And then they've never been in the bathroom with a man that was used to sitting down on the toilet, so they wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? So you know what?
Curiosity.
Exactly. And people like to shame people for curiosity, which should not be done.
Yeah.
You know, as much as my reactions were crazy, I was like, I got to explain, because they just don't know. Like, I don't have a vagina. I'm always like to have a vagina. I don't know what happens. I mean, I know the anatomy of vagina and how, what urethra is, where,
right.
now vulva, blah, 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 blah. But
the main part.
But like the actual practical application, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like a practical application of using one, I don't have one, so I don't know practically what it feels like. Besides my own interactions with somebody that has it.
Right. So this is why we read, so we can learn about it.
Damn it! Stop it. No, whatever. No, to hold the little string, little paper with the string, and the tea bag fell all the way to the cup. But whatever.
Yeah, then you don't want to put your hand in there and be all weird.
Exactly. I'm like, yes, I'll just leave that. They'll be. Oh, it says be kind to yourself. That's cute.
Huh. That is the message. That is the message of this video. Be kind to yourself. Be kind.
To yourself. Yeah.
That's very important. That's a good ass moment right there, because it's very important to be kind to yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna pants on something so I can get you locked up out here. But you can see it.
I can't really. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be kind to yourself. All right. That is the inspiration for this video, because in order for you to get into a poly relationship, you need to be in tune with yourself and kind to yourself.
Exactly. Give yourself grace.
Right.
People don't give themselves no grace when just living, and the people need that, give themselves that grace because they're trying, especially if you're trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're trying, stuff is hard. Stuff is hard to unlearn, to relearn, to get out of certain patterns and certain, things that you're used to. It's hard. Right. So give yourself grace and be kind to yourself, definitely.
Right. So I know that there's like multiple different sources of poly, like branches or whatever. But are you, I could say you probably are, that's probably a silly question. But not really.
What let me just say, it's no silly question.
No silly question. Right, I did. And you did too. But are you just like the type of poly that tells each partner about the other partner, like sexually? Or like do you have it's like for instance, like Neo. Neo has 4 girlfriends. They probably all live in the same house.
Sorry, I know, but that's not like, because he was a scumbag beforehand. Now he's all of a sudden just
right. No, I'm just saying in general. That was just the example. I'm not getting on him at all because I feel the same way. Okay. So what is
But yeah, so yeah, if I'm very, very transparent, especially because, with the whole sexual aspect, I'm very transparent with test results, with, saying, oh yeah, X, Y, and Z, because we need that communication. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're somebody that has a regularly sexual relationship with somebody else, they have a new partner, they say, hey, I just, blah, blah, blah. Me, I like hearing stories, so you can tell me regardless, but on the health side, you get what I'm saying? It's like, it's good to know, but also on the nasty side, I'm like, oh yeah, you got your backbone out? Let me know about it. Like,
it's such an interesting time. Like, tell me about it. I love that. That is definitely one of my kinks. Like, I like a story. Please tell me a little story. Like,
yeah, I love when my partners are nasty with other people. I love when my friends are being nasty with other people, because that means that they're having fun living their truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful thing. So you want to be a nasty motherfucker? Be a nasty motherfucker. It's great.
Please,
It's wonderful here. It's
please.
wonderful here. That whole shaming people for shit is stupid. But
Right.
anyway, but you know, 100%. Like, um, a lot of times, sometimes I just tell like I talk a lot, so it'll just come up in conversation regardless, even if it's like an intentional thing or not. Most of the time, and even if it's not, they ask. I'm like, oh yeah, X, Y, and Z. Yeah, like yeah, I tell myself it's fine, and I'm okay with that. But also they ask, I'm like, oh yeah, you're right, I didn't say this. Oh yeah, well X, Y, and Z happened, this, and that happened. But sometimes, like I said, I'm scatterbrained, so not all the time am I going to remember, you know. But also that's not like it's not a like open space department like, oh hey, I did X, Y, and Z right now. It's
Right.
time. No, it's more just like a more relaxed thing, because we have that rapport that's like, okay, you know, like they're being safe. I know they're being safe, and the practice because they're being safe practice with me, you know.
Mhm.
Um, even if say it's like a partner that doesn't live here that we haven't had sex in a long time, like every time I get tested, I'll just send them the results just cause.
Right.
Even just cause, like, you know. But yeah, there's no like, I don't know how to say it, but like structured thing like, hey, you have to say X, Y, and Z different. No,
Right.
but
Like a
it's
scripted
still
kind of situation.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like there's niggas who are like, oh, I have to get my boyfriend or girlfriend okay before I talk to you type shit. I'm like, yeah, no, none of that. None of that. Yeah, none of that.
Right, yeah, because that's a little bit more closer to the somebody wants to be monogamous, like so they need
Yeah,
some form of authority. To,
yeah. I mean, and some people it's not authority thing. Some people are just have that insecurity or that that trauma from childhood for some reason that they're okay that they just need to for their own mind doesn't catastrophize everything. They'd be like, hey, can you just tell me X, Y, and Z? Because they have stuff they're working on. You know what I'm saying? So not everything's a authoritative thing. Something is literally just out of trauma and they were hurt before, and so they're like, I just need this to be okay for now. I can
right,
maybe heal and grow into a point where I don't need this, but in the person I am right now, I need this right now to be
right.
to. But outside of that, you can flourish. You can do whatever the fuck you want to. I just need to know. But you can do whatever you want to. I just need to know
I just ended
for my
up right.
own baby. Exactly. So.
Yeah, this is good. This is definitely good. I learned some new things. I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to read and learn some more new things. Because like the last poly talk I got into with her, learning about solo poly, and I was like, that's
Yeah.
something that I possibly could be okay with,
Yeah.
because I don't want to necessarily um be in a relationship to be poly. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And I've got as in I actually identified soul poly first before I identified as relationship anarchist. Now I kind of just don't really care. They can be separate or be intertwined.
okay,
As long as everybody has their own personal relationship and that doesn't affect personal relationship. Like,
right,
I have partners that have met like it's been like I'll have a sexual partner and then met somebody that I knew because of me, because of whatever thing, and then they're dating, whatever. Cool. I'm fucking both of y'all. That has nothing to do with with me. Y'all will have between y'all. Y'all can vent to me if you want, but I'm not getting between that. That's between y'all two.
y'all too. Yep,
That has nothing to do with me.
right. You're not gonna mess up my
Okay?
day with y'all's
No,
business,
no. Both of y'all still gonna get your shit cracked, and that's the end of the day. Like, period.
right? Y'all fix it on that end, and
Exactly.
and know what
Exactly.
you're doing on this
Yeah.
side. Yeah, I feel
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
But yeah,
definitely feel
so
that.
yeah, got to add that in there. But yeah, it was. So that makes sense. And then now I'm kind of like the chips fall where the chips fall. you know,
Right,
chips fall where the chips fall. I'm just want to be surrounded by love and support. That's it. I'm good.
right. That's the thing too, because some people just have so much love to give, and that's why they choose to be poly. So much love to give, whether it's friendships or relationships or sexual relationships. They
Mm-hmm.
just feel like they have a lot to give, and that's where they end up. And I think it's
Yep.
really, really awesome. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome because love is love in my eyes. It's just like that's
Exactly.
why I think it's
Exactly.
awesome,
Like,
and I do want to learn more about it. Like, I always want to learn about something. I noticed that. I said that in my last recording too. I was just like, I want to learn astrology because that was the last episode. I want to learn astrology because it's just something I want to learn, but I don't also want to learn so much about it that there's no more learning. So I'd rather just come to you and give you my money. Like, that's exactly what I told them. I'd rather you just read me so I can keep learning every single time that I have somebody to talk to me and give me more knowledge. Like, I enjoy that wholeheartedly, and I hope somebody else at home feels the same exact way so they can watch us and give us those views that we doing this for. Like, so I guess that's it. That's pretty much all I have for you today. This was really
Okay.
good, really informative. I know, like, if we keep going, we can go all damn day because I'm scatterbrained too. Like, me and my homegirl, we'd be like, "Ooh, squirrel." That's literally us.
Sure. I mean, look, 110%. I feel like
Like,
I'd be like, yeah, da, 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 and then literally, damn, I forgot to do X, Y, and Z.
right, right, all over the place. But I do want to have on Lisa. She's gonna eventually be on, and then what I would hope to want to do is get all three of you, the first girl plus you and Lisa, all on one episode.
Oh,
We do
yeah,
just like a big poly talk. I would love that. Just to sit back and listen to all the views and chime in when I can. I
yeah.
would love to do something like that. So maybe you guys should be looking forward to that in the near future. Well, not too near, because I'm getting ready to take a break. After these few interviews I got, I'm getting ready to wrap it up for a while,
Yeah.
take a break
Look,
and regroup, get more people in there, put
yeah.
out some more stuff. So I do thank you for coming on. Again, give us your social media handles so that somebody can follow you and get to know you.
So on Instagram, it's Frankie Mermaid __. So that's FranKieMermaid and my Fetlife is Papa Osiris, PapaOsiris.
All right. Well, I do thank you, Papa Osiris, for being here today and giving out some knowledge. Remember, he is not a professional, but he knows some
You
shit.
know, you know, no company.
Right? So, as I say at the end of every video, please like, subscribe, comment, dislike if you fucking want to. I don't care. Like, but if you get something from it, leave me a comment and follow my boy. And I want to say ciao for now, y'all. Bye.
All right, take it easy, y'all.